Hello there everyone, welcome back to the Bournemouth Career Mode on Football Manager 2017. Today it's episode 10. So, you won't be able to see it in the camera, what a shame, but I'm wearing my Batman pyjama top, why the hell not? It's 9 o'clock on Friday evening, I'm getting my days mixed up. And the second game in this episode will probably be tomorrow morning. I just wanted to get this done so I could skip past the international break, but you guys don't need to worry about that. So it's episode 2 of the second season of our FM17 Bournemouth save, and as you can see, it hasn't been going very well, hence why we're in the relegation zone with 3 games played. A lot of things have happened though since you've last been with me, so let's go through them. So the schedule. So we lost to Chelsea in our first game, it happened, and I said I'd be happy if we went on a 4-game winning streak in the Premier League. Obviously that hasn't happened. Against West Ham, honestly, Hernandez is such a good player in FM, he's so overrated. And already for West Ham, in 42 games, he's scored 32 goals, which is mad. Phobie and I did score for us, but we were just simply outclassed by West Ham. And our new signing, Harry Maguire, was sent off on his debut. We'll talk about him in just a second, though. And then we drew with West Brom, as you can see. West Brom took an early lead, went 1-1 with an Andre Gray goal. Harry Arter scored a penalty, 2-1. And then straight after, Jay Rodriguez scored a banger to make it 2. So as you can see, there are 2 injuries in that match. Adam Armstrong and Phobie getting injured. Then we played Morecambe, and honestly, we're just not in a good form at the moment. We were nearly beaten by Morecambe, but Mark Wilson scored a brilliant free kick. Gray with his second goal, and then Janssen with his first goal. Today then we're playing Brighton, and then we'll also play Fulham in the next match. But honestly, we've had such a bad time at the moment. Now, let's go to the Premier League. It's not as bad as it was in terms of our injuries, but our injuries have been awful. I think we're still top of the injury table. Yes, we are with 4 players injured now. Moussa, Defoe, Tompkins and Phobie. But at one point, we had Armstrong out. We had Tompkins out. Obviously, we had Tompkins out at the start of the season. But we were down to bare bones. Hence why, against Morecambe, we ended up playing... Oh, sorry about this. Hence, we played against Morecambe with our youngest striker, our young under-23 striker, Sam Sturridge. Well, Sam Surridge. Well, in one game in the under-23s Group 2... he's got 4 goals. So, I played him against Morecambe. He played decently and got an assist. That's all jolly and got a 6.8 rating. Not too bad. But I really wanted to get a win against Brighton today. And this is the lineup we're going with. I'll just tell you actually before about that. About the 3 transfers we made since we've been gone. So, I felt we needed another centre-back. Harry Maguire was for sale for 3.4 million. 24 years old and English. So, I thought that was perfect. He did get sent off in his first game. Not brilliant at all. And then we've done a few more loan deals. More specifically, we sent Frederic out on loan. Just didn't think he'd be used too much this year. And Josh King to Galatasaray. Maybe he can prove himself again out there. But honestly, there just wasn't it. There was too many players to fit the registration rules. And now we do have a squad that fits the registration rules. So this is the squad we're going for against Brighton. We've got Smith and Daniels at the left and right backs. And Mark Wilson's played really well so far. So we'll bring him in. We'll give Maguire another chance after he got sent off. Harry Arter in the middle. I don't know about Lennon there because his match fitness is not very good. So we're going to actually play Ryan Fraser there instead of Lennon. And we've got Pereira and Ibe. And then up front, Andre Gray and Vincent Janssen. Of course, with Moussa and Defoe both injured at the moment. And Armstrong on the bench maybe as an impact sub. So, here we go for our match against Brighton. I'm quite nervous about this. Really, we need a win. We haven't had a good start whatsoever. And it's worrying me. I always feel with FM that sort of a few seasons in... or the second season, it's quite a challenge because you've got your own set of players. It's your own pressure, isn't it, really, then, to do well. So it's going to be tricky. But, today's all about the supporters, giving them a good show, putting on a few goals. And in the end of the day, it's a bottom 3 clash. And this early in the season, could you call it a 6-pointer? Debatable. But here we go, then, kicking off at the Amex, the American Express Community Stadium in Brighton. And that is S. Atwell doing the game's referee, and Simon Atwell, something like that. But anyway, we're right into the game. Vincent Janssen's got a facial injury, unbelievable. But we are recording, that's all good. I'm more than happy with that. 12 minutes in, nothing's happened. We've dominated the game, which is brilliant. Now, he's put it in. Is that Gross? Something like that. Puts it in again. Wilson gets it out. Nice one. But Francis gets it back. That's Simon Francis, of course, our former player. Ben Mee. Stephen Culker. But Ibe gets it back. Pereira. Lovely ball forward to Vincent Janssen. Can the 2 strikers link up to get a goal? Andre Gray in the back of the net. And that's just what we need for the start of this episode. We need to record an episode ASAP because it wasn't going very well. And it seems that usually on the episodes it seems to go well. So Janssen's got the ball out wide, and it's just a simple early cross into Gray. There was 3 defenders, but Gray beat all the defenders And he's finally getting on a mark now and really starting really well for the club, which is really good. But Brighton, I can guarantee, will come back and make it 1-1. Knockaert has a shot, but Begovic saves it. Can we make it 2-0? That would be really good to start the episode off, and a really positive way to start the episode after a really negative start, I think it's fair to say. But Knockaert puts it in. Ben Mee, Maguire gets it out. Can Janssen do a similar thing, or will Brighton be wiser to it this time? Janssen, still Janssen, he's took over the challenge of that. Is it proper? I don't know. But I puts it to Andre Gray. Back to Janssen, the two strikers linking up nicely. Harry Arter still. Harry Arter passed to Gray, nice. Gray passes it into Pereira, and it's 2-0 now against Brighton at the Amex. It's just what we needed. Pereira's first goals of the season. And I think kind of these first games of the season, it's necessary to get either our new signs or, of course, Pereira is technically a new sign on loan. So to get them players their first goals of the season is really necessary. So Pereira gets his first goal, 2-0 up. We can't take anything for granted though at the moment. We are dominating this game, I feel. But I wouldn't be surprised if Brighton come back with one now. We haven't had one clean sheet so far this season, so that'd be a real shock. But they put it in, and just as I said so, Brighton make it 2-1. And this is my worst thing with FM. I really struggle to keep clean sheets. But I guess it's the Liverpool mentality, isn't it? It's the Klopp mentality. It makes the games more exciting. As long as you score more than the opponent, it stays 2-2. But Begovic punches that one out. Arguable that he should have got it. And it would be very much arguable if that went in. I thought it did go in at the moment. But it was way over the back of the bar. 35 minutes in then. Knockaert puts it in. And it's... oh, dear. That was not a good way to start. That was not good at all. It's 2-2. It's been a good game so far, but that just isn't good enough. Not good enough at all. Defending was shocking there. And I won't be surprised, you know, if we go in at 3, if it's 3-2 by the time we go into half-time. 2-0 up to go down to 2-2 is not good enough whatsoever. That is not good. But Pereira has a shot, but Matt Ryan gets it. That was a bit of a pointless highlight. Is it going to keep going on? Hopefully not, if it's in Brighton's favour. Oh dear, they've got the ball on the counter-attack now. Solly March. Pascal Gross, but he misplaced the pass. Adam Smith. Propper's got it, though. Pascal Gross. Stuani. We should have really got that whoever our 23 is. Oh, my God. It's a shambles. It was very nearly a goal. But can we get a counter-attack going now? Can we? Oh, what? I thought Ibe got that there, but this is not good. We can't concede this many. This is a farce. We have conceded way too many so far, and I'm far from pleased with that. Do we make a sub at half-time? I genuinely don't think we do, because there's just no point. I think we'll have to have the defence a bit deeper, though, and maybe look to hit early crosses, and maybe a more direct centre passing, so we can get the ball up a bit quicker. But our crossing has definitely been quite poor today, apart from the goal. Obviously, you don't get to see the full game with FM, so it's tricky to kind of say, apart from the stats that are in top left corner, how the team is really doing in all of the stuff. Lovely ball from Arster Janssen, and that should be, if not for any offside, it is 3-2, and that's Janssen's first Premier League goal for us. And now, honestly, I'm just going to sit back, counter-attack, and fingers crossed we don't concede. Might make it a bit of a boring game for you guys, but we really do need 3 points to kick off our season. Lovely ball from Arthur Janssen, and Janssen on the half volley in effect gets a goal to make it 3-3. I still feel there's more in this game. It's just one of those type of games, really scrappy games, and it's certainly one of those that is a Super Sunday game. It's definitely a Super Sunday game. It wouldn't be before, but at 3-2 at 55 minutes in, it's definitely one of those. Gross though, solid march, and it's 3-3. Honestly, we just can't defend. I don't know what we can do about this. Because I generally think we've got an okay defence. Who was that? That was Wilson. That just wasn't good enough. We've conceded 3, but we've scored 3. It's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Because are you happy with that or are you not? And I think now we do need a tactical change. So if we pause the game just a second, bring Pereira back there. I think we'll keep Janssen on because he scored the latest goal. So it kind of makes a bit more sense. Actually, he plays the better as a poacher. I think it's Gray. We'll keep Gray on then in that case. And then we'll bring Ricky Alvarez on for Janssen. And then we've got to replace one of the centre-backs. And I think we will replace Mark Wilson with Nathan Ake, a solid player at the back. And this looks okay. We should be okay with this now. Just play him as a winger. And Bob's your uncle and yeah, whatever. But hopefully now we can have the impact that we want. And fingers crossed this can be 4-3. It'd be a brilliant game for you guys, I suppose, to start off the episode. But it hasn't been a good start for me this season. It's certainly not been as good as last season. If we compare it to last season, at this point last season, we had at least 6 points. So to have 2 points at this time, this season isn't going to be great, is it? But Fraser, Ricky Alvarez puts to Andre Gray, and what a fantastic goal that is. I just put it back to counter-attacking, and that's Andre Gray's second goal of the game. So was that the best decision to keep Andre Gray on the pitch? Fingers crossed. Let's have a look at the highlight for that goal. Ryan Fraser holds it up beautifully, and Ricky puts to Andre Gray. You'll only get that reference if you're British and watch EastEnders about 6 years ago, but doesn't matter. But they've made a double sub, so we're going to get some more opposition instructions on. Just make sure that they are closed down, tackled, all the necessary stuff to keep this a 4-3 rather than an embarrassing 4-4, maybe even a more embarrassing 5-4. This is going to be a goal, isn't it? Solly March has a shot. Begovic saves it. Nice save from Begovic there. Just going to sip my tea live on air. Who cares? Oh, nice brew this is. I wonder who made it. Me. Oh, I do sort of talk some rubbish in this, but we are having a breakaway counter-attack. I don't think anything's going to come of it though. Ryan Fraser and Simon Francis, our former player, clears it out. He was always a solid player, but he wasn't really fantastic quality. And it looks like Brighton are going to do a bit of a Crystal Palace in real life. They're going to get 4 games without a single point, and I'm really happy with that. And that's the final whistle, 4-3 away from home. Really, we should have been doing better in terms of that we should have just won that match easier. But it was a good game. It was one of those happy, good games. So that's all that it's about. Mourinho was checking on the progress of Pereira whilst he was there. And Andre Gray put it on a standing performance on, which is really good for our next signing. So we've got Fulham in the next game at home. Let's see how Fulham have started obviously their promoted season in the Premier League. Still with Jokanovic, is it? Yeah, Jokanovic. They've started all right, I suppose. They had 2 really awkward games to start off with against Tottenham and City, so you couldn't really expect much. A 0-0 against Southampton, knocked out 2-0 against Lincoln in the EFL Cup second round, and then beat Everton 3-0. They just obviously couldn't score. Then they get the mojo against Everton. So after 4 games, obviously there is 2 teams that have to play, Arsenal and Southampton. But we can't go down anymore in the league, so we're going to be 14th at the end of August. Will we make any more transfers? I'm sure you know just a second. And it might be in the morning, it might be in about 10 minutes, who knows. But I'll see you guys in a minute. Well, you're definitely in luck tonight, because you've got 2 of me. Wow, it's 10-10. I've just played through the last 2 weeks, and I thought, you know what, I've got to the Fulham game, let's play it, and let's just slog it out for you loyal fans of the Bournemouth career mode on FM 2017. And you get to see me in my Batman pyjama top again. I mean, what's better? Been a few things that have gone on since you've left me about half an hour ago. Let's explain what they are. We've signed this chap from Stoke, Ibrahim Afellay. Okay, he's getting on a bit, but he's replaced a certain someone. If you've paused the video on the transfer screen, you'll know who. But of course, such a wealth of experience around the world. PSV, Barcelona, Schalke, Olympiacos, and of course, the biggest one of them all, Stoke. He's obviously got previous Premier League experience, but he's got massive experience all around the world, and that'll massively, massively help him. And he's going to be replacing Mark Pugh, who's unfortunately gone to Fulham, who we're faced today. I don't know if he's going to play or not, but he said he's been at the club actually for about 10 years. Didn't realise this, but he's been at the club since 2010, joining from Hereford for £90,000. Incredible, really. Now you think about it, how many games he's played and how much each game he'd be worth. It'd be ridiculous. It'd be probably like 90 quid, something like that. It'd be ridiculous. But yeah, he's played so many games, been a loyal a loyal subject, I guess you could call him, for the club. A loyal player, and I think he deserves his move, and getting on a bit at 2.5 million is a decent price. So here we go, here's our team for the Fulham game. Afellay is going to get his first game straight into the team. Unfortunately, Harry Arter got a small injury on the way back from his island duty. He got a damaged heel, but nothing too special. And so we're going to have to put Gosling in place of Arter. Lis Mousset is on the way back from injury, that's all good. And I was actually looking, I was quite surprised, in the Premier League so far this season on our save, I haven't gone around this very well, but if we go on the player overviews, most key tackles, where is he? Mark Wilson. Wow. So I think he will be playing again, but over there he's made 2 mistakes. Harry Arter with 11, at the best of hitting target, Andre Gray and Damari Gray, the 2 Gray brothers, brilliant. So Andre Gray and Mark Wilson will get a spot in the squad, just a case of who will replace him now. Here's an interesting one. Nathan Ake was being sold. He was on the selling screen. We were going to sell him, and we didn't in the end, because we just haven't got many good options. I appreciate that James Tompkins hasn't had a game yet, and we do need to start playing him at some point. What's his pace like, actually? He's got pretty decent pace. You know what? Let's see. Can he play? He's can play. Nah, he's a bit dodgy. He's a right back. Put him on the bench ahead of Steve Cook and see what happens today. We might have to bring him on. But we'll go with that. Matty James replaces Arter. And then Afellay, of course, comes into the team. And that strike force and our midfield, you know, everyone happy. I'm pretty happy with that. So Afellay will get number... He can't get number 20, but he can get number 18. That's as close as we can get to number 20. Both teams are fairly equally matched, but can get a draw. I'd love to get 6 points out of this episode. That would be ideal. And Harry Arter, yeah, it's going to be felt that he's not there. Is... Arter, not Arter, is Pugh anywhere? Nope, he's not even in the first 18. Wow, that's interesting. So really we need to pick up where we left off, and I'm just going to be nice to the midfielders and attackers, but put a bit of pressure on the back 4 and 5, because we haven't been good enough, it's simple as, and we've been a bit concerning. So here we go then, here's our game against Fulham. Of course, the last game was away from home at the Amex. Today we're playing at the Dean Court, the Vitality, and this should be a really nice episode if we get 2 wins, scrap all that rubbish that we had, you know, in the last 3 games, a really poor start for the season, and get us going with a nice win today. Janssen puts it into Smith, Daniels puts it into Gray, and that's another goal for Andre Gray. And he has started really well, 5 goals so far this season. The likes of Moussa and Afobe will really struggle to get back into this team, especially Gray playing the best by far out of anyone. Gray's been outstanding, the best at hitting the target in the Premier League. And at under 3 million, what a bargain. I'm really happy with that. What a bargain we've had. Janssen puts it in, and it comes to nothing, but Daniels puts it in. Gray with the first touch, and that is a bloody good goal. I'm very impressive with that. And he looks like a good buy. He looks like a good acquisition, and somebody who will definitely get some goals for us this season. If we can get a clean sheet against the... well, I was going to say, what are they called now? Fulham. They play at Craven Cottage, but I can't think what they're called. This is bad. But actually, if you look at that start to the season, it starts to look not so bad. Only 2 points less than United. Only 1 point less than City. It doesn't look so bad if we win here today. But if we lose here today, it's a completely different story. We're 2 points off the relegation zone. You can kind of guess what's going on. But Fulham haven't played well whatsoever. Of course, being a newly promoted team, maybe a bit intimidated by the mighty Bournemouth. But I'm going to shut up because I can guarantee they'll score here. Why is Andre Gray going to get that? There was about 9 other players who could have got that, and he was the most important player in the box. But Smith, Matty James, Janssen, Afellay, Gray, and it's nearly 2-0. Who's Button in goal? It's not Jensen Button, because David Button. Never heard of him. Interesting. But Pereira puts it in again, and nothing comes of it. There we go, here's another corner. Oh dear, the highlights galore here. Pereira puts it in again, and nothing comes of it again. This is going to be a recurring theme. Ibe puts it in, nothing comes of it. And oh dear, they've got a little bit of a counter-attack it looks like now, but I think Smith should put that back to the goalkeeper or do whatever he wants with it, and he should be all good. We need to kick on in the second half. Pereira is a little bit tired, so we'll bring Alvarez on to fulfill that spot. Alvarez hasn't got going as a signing yet, but didn't cost us too much. That's a good thing with any of our signings, to be honest. We haven't took much of a risk with any of our signings, so we're not like, oh my god, what a waste of money he was, or because they're only in the regions of 2 or 3 or 4 million, so really, I'm not too fussed about that. It's weird having Mark Wilson at the back, you know, it's very weird, 'cause I keep thinking it's Callum Wilson, I'm thinking, why is he that far back, but Callum Wilson has left us, of course. But anyway, Smith, Alvarez, Matty James, Alvarez again. Alvarez is dispossessed. Fantastic. Fonte. Cabano, is that Cabano? Fonte. Williams. Melito. But is that Melito or Molo? Me? I don't know. Begovic pulls off a good save. It's a good save regardless then. I've just noticed the attendance is only about 9,000. Not too good at all, considering we're having that stadium upgrade. I keep reminding you, folks, the 16,000 by the end of the season. Of course, it's not really going to matter. So I don't think we'll be doing a Season 3 here. I just want to try and do the best we can in Season 2. Because, of course, the FM18 beta will be out by then, probably. So we're 70 minutes in. I will give Afellay a rest, considering he's had a decent debut. 6.8. Don't really think you can expect too much more. And we'll also bring James Tompkins on for his debut, ahead of Mark Wilson. We might have to cancel those changes, though, if there's a goal here. Munoz, and that was a shocking shot, so I'm happy with that. Not so much of an entertaining second game compared to the first game, of course, in which it was a 4-3 bonanza against Brighton. It'd be pretty weird if you got to this point in the video and haven't watched that. That kind of means that you've skipped it, and skipped to a perfect point, so I'd be quite impressed if you could do that. But we're not long to left in this game now. I feel like Fulham are going to get a goal here. Maybe not. Janssen. Puts to Gray. Nice ball to Gray. Can he make it 2 in this match? Gray has a shot. 2-0. Get in there. Wow, he scored again. Janssen made the goal. And I think to say we are out of sight in this game. If we can make it a clean sheet, we've been focused on defending in training this week. And if we can make it 2-0 and our first clean sheet of the season, I will be very, very impressed. Nice goal by Andre Gray there. Button couldn't get it. And I'm happy with that. So, not long left in this match. 5 minutes now. Can we even make it 3-0? Alvarez. Oh, it's gone out to Fulham. Is it going to be 2-1? I won't be quite happy, Bunny, if they score. Cabano's got it. But Begovic gets it. Nathan Ake pushes the striker off and means that we get it back. Can we make it 3-0? Begovic puts it out to Janssen. But no, they've got it back. But Fraser's got it. Ricky Alvarez. Fraser, wouldn't it be brilliant if Andre Gray could get his hat-trick? Alvarez. Daniels. Nice fluid play. What a ball from Daniels, but it doesn't really come into anything. Matty James there in the middle of the field. Lovely ball again from him. Janssen puts it in, but it's not. He hasn't put it in. He's put it in the back of the net, in fact, and made it 3-0. 3 goals for Janssen so far, 6 goals for Andre Gray. That means 9 goals from 5 games from the 2 of them. Technically, it's probably 6 games because of the Morecambe game, but whatever, who cares. But a lovely goal there from Janssen. Their goalkeeper's been a bit crap today. But we have been top draw. We've really got our season underway now. I was really fearful at the start of this episode. Only 1 point off the 5 games. Sorry, 1 point after 3 games. But after 5 games, 7 points. That sounds a whole lot better now. 3-0 against Fulham. Fantastic way to end episode 10. A landmark episode with 2 wins. I think that's the first episode ever we've had with 2 wins. That's brilliant. And, oh dear, these games are all going to kick off. They haven't even kicked off yet. I don't know why sometimes does this glitch in FM randomly, where your game will start and then everyone else's games will start after yours. It's a real pain in the backside. You have to wait a while for it to process. So I'm going to stop recording here, and then I'll come back to you in a second for the outro of the episode. Just the 10 minutes afterwards, we finally got to this screen, and my Facebook's just gone off. That's fantastic. 3-0 anyway against Fulham. Man of the match, Andre Gray, 9.1 match rating, top quality start. Affolai makes his Bournemouth debut as well as Tompkins, blah 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 blah. 3-0, 6 goals in 6 appearances, very good. So well will we come back. That's a really good. We haven't lost since West Ham, so I'm very pleased that that's not the friendlies off. Who cares about friendlies? We will come back, I think. I think we will play. It's tricky this is. I don't know which games to play. We'll definitely we'll play that one, that one, that one. Okay, we'll go for this. We'll go with the 2 Merseyside clubs. We'll go with Everton and then Liverpool just before the international break. We seem to have a good run against Liverpool. 4 games unbeaten against Liverpool, as you can see so far. 11 scored, 6 against. We've had really good results against Liverpool so far. So we may as well play them. So we've got Everton and then we'll play Liverpool. So all good. So if you have enjoyed that episode, guys, make sure to like, comment and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Just noticed that Sam Surridge starting really well. We might have to give him a few more games. But if you have enjoyed that episode anyway, folks, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. And I will see you guys for episode 11 in 2 days. I'm not going to make this daily because the Sky Fibre upload speed isn't too brilliant. And it'd be a real rush to try and upload. It takes about 2 hours for me to upload. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, these will be every 2 days, but they will be every 2 days up until the FM18 beta, so I'm keeping it all consistent at least. But with 4 points off the top of the table, 5 points above relegation, I think it's fair to say mid-table at the moment. Anyway, I've been TIJ, and I'll see you guys for episode 11 in a few days. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.